Hi, my name is Yazz, aka the girl who can't smell, and I have anosmia. Anosmia is a lack of sense of smell. Have you recently found out your friend or loved one has anosmia? If so, you're probably asking yourself how you can help. If you want to know how to provide the best support for someone with this condition, keep watching. I'll be outlining 7 tips on how you can help your friend or loved one who can't smell. Tip number 1, we will need your nose. Probably the biggest concern for most, if not all anosmics, is if we smell bad. Personally, this is the unknown truth that haunts me the most every day. No one likes to be embarrassed because they smell bad, and this is why we anosmics will be asking you to smell things for us 24/7. Unfortunately for you, most of the things we will ask you to smell will be things that stink. It may be an article of clothing, spoiled food, or even our underarms. You will be our helper in the world of unknown scents, and patience is key. If our breath smells, you will need to tell us. If we've stepped on dog poo, you'll need to tell us. We will be walking around assuming everything is okay unless you tell us. Now, the opposite is also true. We will ask you to smell pleasant scents for us, especially if we are buying a new shampoo, essential oils, or laundry detergent. We will rely on you to be our designated nose. Tip number 2, be respectful. If we ask for your help with all things smelly, one thing you'll also need to be aware of is how you respond to us. If something smells off, please tell us in a nice way, especially if there are other people around. Remember, if an anosmic asks for your help, this means they trust you. We want you to reassure our worry. Tip number 3, make an effort to remember. One of the biggest pet peeves for us anosmics is when the people who we've confided in with one of our most personal features forgets we can't smell. Please, make an effort to remember. My mom still forgets and asks me to smell things when she's cooking, and it still kinda hurts my feelings. Anosmics don't want to pretend like they can smell just to relate to you. Look, I don't want to seem snappy and read harsh. We all make mistakes, and remembering is something you will need to get used to. After all, anosmia is an invisible disability. If you forget, just make sure to apologize and move on with your day. I would just recommend you don't get in the habit of forgetting. It would mean a lot to your anosmic loved one or friend if you remembered. Tip number 4, avoid giving your 2 cents. In a hypothetical scenario, I know most people, if asked to give up one of their senses, would pick their sense of smell. Most would justify this decision by claiming the sense of smell is the least important. This is a statement I've heard more than once from people who can smell. They may also say things like, well, you're lucky you can't smell. Most smells are bad anyway. Or, it's okay, I bet it's not that big of a deal. What's significant to point out is that these types of statements only serve to downplay our disability. Some anosmics agree it's a disability, some don't. But as human beings, we must learn to respect our differences, and this point is exactly why I am doing everything I can to raise awareness. There are a lot of misconceptions and misunderstandings about anosmia, and unfortunately, most of it has to do with the lack of information out there. Tip number 5, be ready to listen. There's no doubt about it, having one less sense than everyone else makes us feel different. We feel different because technically we are different. Each type of anosmic has their own struggles, But in general, we often feel frustrated and misunderstood. For us, the world seems unpredictable. This is especially true for congenital anosmics. We've had to learn through a lot of mistakes what are appropriate smells and what are not. We feel a lot of pressure keeping our hygiene in check and maintaining an appropriate presence out in public. If we are comfortable with you, we will need your support. If I made a mistake by wearing what I thought were clean clothes and embarrassed myself with other company or at work, I'm going to need to vent. I would like someone to listen to me and reassure me everything is going to be fine. On the other hand, acquired anosmics will need a lot of support while they are adjusting to their new life experience without smells. On top of the regular concerns congenital anosmics face, they will also be mourning a loss. Be careful. They will be going through stages of real grief. Anosmics are more susceptible to undergoing depression and even anger. They may or may not express their sadness or frustration in front of you. Remember, some have lost their sense of smell due to a viral, bacterial, respiratory infection, or a physical injury or accident. They may be feeling guilty and or feel shame or even blame themselves for their loss. If they don't express their true feelings, it wouldn't hurt to ask how they're managing. But if they don't feel like talking to you though, I highly recommend you refer them to a counselor or therapist. Sometimes all they need is a little TLC. Put yourself in their shoes. They have lost something that used to enhance their quality of life and gave them pleasure. You will definitely need to be compassionate and understanding of them. They are going through a big change and will more than likely be riding an emotional roller coaster. Tip number 6. Don't force your anosmic to talk about their condition. Okay, so I know I just went off and discussed how you should be ready to lend a helping ear in the previous point. But this is only if your anosmic friend or loved one feels comfortable with you. There are multiple points I will break down, but the general consensus is this. There is a reason why anosmia is so unheard of. Even if there are roughly 6 million of us, many anosmics simply do not feel they should be discussing their condition at all. Now, this can mean one of two things. Either it doesn't affect these anosmics consciously, or we've learned to keep it a secret. I fall under the latter category. I'm a congenital anosmic who learned to keep this unique trait to myself. Why, you might ask? Well, there are varying reasons why. Number 1, we've been misunderstood. Number 2, we've been mocked. Number 3, we feel embarrassed. Number 4, people have doubted us or don't believe. As you can understand, if you were to experience any of these reactions for anything, you too would be completely quiet about yourself. Our anosmia can feel like something that is very personal and private, and unless we feel like sharing more information with you, please do not bother us by asking more questions than we feel comfortable answering. Tip number 7. Be open to describing smells. Depending on what type of anosmic you have in your life, we may also ask you to describe smells. I've seen this more with congenital anosmics than with acquired ones though. Acquired anosmics are aware of what scents were like for them, so they already know. I'm congenital and I don't know what scents are at all and can only imagine these. I tend to ask for descriptions more than I'm aware of to my designated nose. Now, I know some congenital anosmics may not ask for people's scent descriptions, and that's okay. I do, and I'd like to include the small group of anosmics who share my curiosity. As you can see, anosmia creates a unique set of struggles for those with the condition, but following these tips can help you greatly support your anosmic loved one or friend. The following 7 tips are not at all comprehensive, and I will probably be adding even more tips in the future. For now, I want to thank you for watching my video and for helping me highlight anosmia and the Girl Who Can't Smell's awareness movement. I hope you give yourself a pat on the back for doing your part. Also, if you like this video, make sure you share it and give it a thumbs up.